So you want aim like this. Or maybe you want movement like this.
Oh my gosh.
But you have no idea where to search because there are so many redundant settings videos. We'll look no further because today I'm going to give you guys the best ALC settings video that'll actually help you improve. I made sure to record it live so I can answer any common questions that my Twitch chat had. That way you get those common questions answered ASAP. I don't want to waste your time, so let's get straight into it. Enjoy. Alright, so pretty much chat, let me explain to you what we're doing today. As you guys know, I'm on gyro, which means I can tap strafe. It means I have no aim assist. I'm not using default controller settings. However, I still want to record a ALC settings guide because sometimes if like my wrists get hurt or you know something happens to my controller and like gyro's not working, I have to switch back to normal ALC settings, right? And I still have a lot of knowledge on normal ALC settings for like normal controller players, right? And I want to be able to share that with you guys, so that's why I'm making this video pretty much. We're going to be just going over all the settings from gameplay over to controller, video, and then audio. We're going to go through every single one of them so that you, my good boy, my good sir, can become just like your daddy right here and become one of the best players ever. Let's get straight into it. Also, listen, if you're watching this, make sure you guys follow my Twitch and stuff. Alright, so interact prompt style. We want to keep this on compact, so let me explain to you why. If it's on default, it's going to end up causing you a lot of visual clutter. Pretty much like, boom, you got like a butt ton of stuff. Like, I can't even see the enemy over there unless I ADS, right? And you're not always like running around ADS. So you want to make it so that you have as little visual clutter.
Playing on aim assist after a few months of gyro has a similar feel to the Arnold effect.
We're not going to talk about the Arnold effect, chat. Nobody put the definition of that in the chat. So you want to switch to compact. Because now you will be at a very, very higher chance of actually seeing them, right? And if you're like decent at the game, you don't need the explanation of every single thing. You know what I mean? So you'll be fine. We're not talking about the Arnold effect, chat. That's disgusting. Button hints. Listen, man. Button hints is completely up to preference. You can keep this on. You can keep this off. It's really up to you. Personally, I keep it off just because I get like a lot of questions whenever I'm playing on gyro. People are like, oh, your MEK inputs, like that doesn't mean you're on controller. It's a fake hand cam. Like, bro, bait or mental retardation. Call it. Crosshair damage feedback. I keep this on X. There's really no reason to keep it on X anymore because of the, you know, the health bars that now stack. But just for good old steak, I keep it on X. Let's see. Damage numbers, I keep this on stacking. I don't want to have to do the math in my head, so I keep it on stacking so I can give easy calls to my teammates. I always chat type 1 if I'm a good teammate, because I'm always like, if I hit somebody for like, let's say like 90, I'll be like, yo, 90 damage, and I always give them the best comms, right, chat? Next up, enemy health bar. Listen, I understand some of us are like in protest of this change and they want to be like, oh, I'm not gonna turn it on. No, like, keep it on. You're literally throwing if you don't have it on. Everybody else has it on. Why would you not have it on? You know what I mean? Ping opacity. Keep this on default. I want to make sure that I can have a really good like sight on any kind of pings that my teammates throw down. Sometimes I noticed whenever I was playing on faded, it would make it a lot harder for me to like pretty much like kind of see where they were pinging, what they were pinging, all that good stuff. So I keep it on default now. Enemy highlight. Dog, again, like, same people. Oh, the protest! Like, you're not gonna do anything, pal, alright? So keep this on enabled. Everybody has it, so might as well keep it as well. Obituaries, keep this on. You want to know when people are getting downed in the feed. It's gonna help you make decision making when it comes to fights. Just make sure you check it every once in a while to see, you know, who downed who. And minimap rotation, I keep this off. That's just preference, though. I know some people keep it on. It's kind of weird if you do, though. Weapon auto cycle on empty. You want to keep this off. I understand if you're like new to the game, you don't want to have to deal with like, you know, every single time your like weapon gets like empty, having to cycle it again by yourself. But I'm telling you right now, once you get more experience, you're gonna notice very, very fast that if you keep it on, there's gonna be times that you just instinctually like hit it. And it's end up like gonna switch for you, and then you're gonna switch back, and then you're gonna have like an empty gun still. So make sure it's off. You want to make sure that like 99% of your inputs in game are up to you. Otherwise, the game will mess it up. That's kind of funny that I mentioned that because the next one is auto sprint. Keep this on. I know I just said a butt ton of stuff about, like, you know, having the game automate your movement and automate all that stuff, but you want to keep auto sprint on. I'm telling you right now, it is so much better. You're gonna get the maximum velocity as fast as possible every single time. So I'm telling you right now, if you want to be fast, why are you typing exclamation point torque cam? Then make sure you keep it on. I'm telling you, it's broken, it's busted. If you keep it off, you're literally just ending up using an extra button, which could be used for other stuff, playing through Steam. Really? Dude. Jetpack control, who plays Valkyrie? Incoming damage feedback keeps on 3D. If you're getting shot from above, below, to the sides, you want to know. You don't want to just have like a side-to-side profile on where you're getting shot. You want to know up and down as well, so you have better callouts, have better positioning and playmaking and stuff like that. Taking damage closes death boxes. Keep this off, bro. Keep this off, please. If you're like trying to get a quick shield swap, right? And you're like, you know, running up, you get a quick shield swap, and you get shot across the map by a Vantage. Do you really want to have the death box closed, or do you want to get the shield swap that's going to save your life? If you are currently fighting inside of caustic smoke, do you want to get the shield swap, or do you want to take that one tick of damage and have it closed? Keep it off, bro. Do it yourself, you freak. Next up. Off-screen portraits. I don't even know what that is. Hop up. Keep this off. Unless you're brand new to the game and you need a little call-out every single time you pick up an attachment. If you're, like, you know, still new to the game and you just don't really know what does what, then I'll keep it on. But if you're not, it's just unnecessary visual clutter. It's gonna, you know, clog the bottom right, I believe. I haven't even had it on for so long, I don't even know, like, where it is at this point. So, streamer mode. You're not a streamer. Nobody knows you. Keep that off. Anonymous mode, nobody knows you, keep that off. Again, usage sharing, don't know what that is, probably stealing my data. Keep it enabled so I stay on the good side of Daddy EA, if you know what I mean. Performance display, keep this on. If you're about to lag, if you're about to have a frame drop or anything like that, and you're like about to take a fight, and you see it because of the performance display, you're gonna be able to make the call out, oh, hey teammates, I'm lagging, I don't want to take this fight quite yet. Keep it off. Yes, your game looks a little more clean, but you have, like, you know, McDonald's internet, boom, spiked up. What's up, Connor? And all of a sudden, boom, you just died around a corner to a freak. Communication filter, I don't even know what that is. Reticle, green, baby green, but bright green, not dark green, or else it's gonna start to blend in with some other things. I just found that this is the best for me, at least. The neon looking colors are so clean in my opinion, and that's why I love them. Miz, are you sexually autistic? What does that even mean? That's not even a real thing. Pink is so cool, bro. Alright, keep it on pink. Colorblind mode, Tretanopia, makes your game look a little sexier. Subtitles, if you have this off or on, then you're probably weird. You're probably playing the game on, like, the Japanese voice lines because you think you're in an anime or something, and you keep it on just so you actually know what's going on around you. Grow up. Subtitle size, normal. Again, doesn't even matter because I don't have it on in the first place. Enable access chat features. I keep this off and everything else is off. Alrighty. Chatters. The moment you've been all waiting for. The controller layout / sensitivity. Before I get into into all of this, I want you guys to know I'm doing a controller giveaway over on my Twitch. Yes, sir. This one's got 8 paddles. Shout out to Get a Grip Gaming for sending this out to me to give it away to you guys. It's absolutely amazing. It's got Hal effect sticks and a bunch of other really good features. If you guys are in the market for a controller and you want a ain't nobody want these, buddy. I've already had a few people buy them from me. Haven't heard their feedback yet, but I know my feedback, and the controller is greatly built. If you don't want to have to, you know, worry about dead zone and all that stuff, make sure you get this. So, all right, button layout. Keep it simple. Don't make it freaky. I switch tactical with jump. Everything else is on default. I do play with 2 paddles. Again, if you want a good paddle controller, Get a Grip Gaming. 5% off, code Mizery at checkout. I've always said the exact same thing. If you want to have good movement on controller, keep your little thumbs on the joysticks at all times. Otherwise, you're going to have to pick up your thumb to hit, you know, crouch, inspect, anything like that, and it's going to end up messing up your aim. You're going to die. So either play with claw, play with paddles, whatever you do, like mess around with the binds, whatever you do, just make sure that your thumbs constantly stay on the joysticks, okay? weak 5%. A 5% discount to a high quality controller is a lot. The diddler got arrested last night. I don't even know what that means. Stick layout is on default unless you have some kind of disability. There's really no reason for you to keep this on anything else besides default. Interact/reload button, tap on both. I don't want to have to, like, listen, I understand there's a problem with Apex of, like, I interact with the door when I'm trying to, you know, reload or something, or when I'm trying to, like, jerk off and, like, I end up accidentally, like, closing the door instead. I understand that's an issue for many people, but I keep it on tap because I don't want to have to hold it to do something, you know? It takes more time. The amount of times you're going to die to accidentally opening up a door is way, way less than the amount of times you're going to die from accidentally, like, not holding on to X for long enough. You know what I mean? Miz I shoot with R1. That's pretty normal, actually. Most people switch out the triggers with the bumpers, and I think that's a pretty smart idea, especially if you don't have button, mouse, click triggers, which Get a Grip Gaming does have. Code Mizery for 5% off. Crouch is gonna be on hold. Aim button on hold. Survival button off. I you know, have it off so I can inspect my fists and stuff like that. Adaptive triggers, I keep this off. No reason to keep that on. Trigger dead zone to keep this on the lowest possible without you actually, like, accidentally clicking. I keep this on none because I use custom stuff through Steam. These ice emojis are scaring people away. I'm gonna touch you, bro. Shut up. Menu cruiser speed, I keep this a little bit above half, right? It's good enough for quick shield swaps, but also, like, if I'm, like, trying to touch you, I still can very accurately. And yeah, movement dead zone. Apex, please, please, please add the version of none, dude. Add the version of, like, none, or at least closer to none. Small is already so big. Don't keep it on large. Inverted look, keep that off. Vibration, keep it off, unless you're freaky. Advanced look controls, ALCs. This is the bread and butter of everything, okay? If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like the video. I never really ask for that kind of stuff, but I'm asking for it right now. And also, make sure you follow my Twitch if you guys want to catch it live. Advanced look controls, let's get into it. Yes, sir. Dead zone on 0. You want to know why? How Effect joysticks. Get a Grip Gaming 5% off. Code is in the description. How Effect joysticks are pretty much different completely from a normal controller joysticks, and it has no dead zone or no stick drift. But if you're on a normal controller and you don't want to, you know, support the channel by buying a controller from Get a Grip Gaming for 5% off, code is in the description, then I would personally suggest playing on a lower, anything below 5, so you can keep that really, like, nice and clean control over over your joystick. That's just what I do, though. Outer threshold, when I switched from Xbox to PlayStation, I felt that the stick tension was a little too much for me, so I bumped up the outer threshold a little bit, and it ended up helping me. And that's just, that's what I thought. Helped me a bit. Response curve, I keep this on 0, aka linear, bro. If you want those, like, clean, like, oh, he's using a strike pack, you know, stuff, then, keep that on 0, aka linear. How does response curve affect my aim? Well, essentially, response curve just makes the up and down different from the, like, left and right. And so when you have it on linear, it's just raw input 1-to-1. When you have it on, like, classic, it's going to be a little bit differently, or a little bit different. While aim assist might feel a little bit, like, stickier on something like classic rather than linear, I think for overall consistency and overall, you know, just beams, playing on linear is better. Per optics, everything is on 1.0 except for the snipers, which I want to bump up a little bit to 1.4. Yaw speed, maxed out 500, 500. If you don't want to do 500, 500 for some reason, but you still want to have, like, higher sense, I would bump this down to, like, somewhere around 300, 300, and then max out your turning extra. What that's going to do for you is every single time you're, like, looking around, you're on 500, 500. Boobs or butt, I don't sexualize women, all right, bro? DM's open. But every single time that you look onto somebody, it's going to slow down to that 300, 300. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to aim. So, but personally for me, I'm so used to 500, 500, that's what I keep it on. ADS yaw and pitch speed.
Miz loves men and he oils up for them.
That's not true, bro. 150, 140, I found it to be the best. A little difference in the yaw and pitch speed isn't gonna hurt anybody. If you do too much though, if you do too much, you'll start to, like, miss shots. But 150, 140 was perfect for me. And yeah, target compensation, keep that on. Melee target compensation, keep that on. Video settings. Why is there a cat on my face? I play Custom resolution, the same one that Ecstasy Fade and all the other big pub stompers play, which is 16 by 10 aspect ratio, 1728 by 1080p custom NVIDIA resolution. It's the best. It's the best. Hitting more shots. You know, how do I put that custom res? NVIDIA filters will allow you to, or not NVIDIA filters, but NVIDIA control panel will allow you to make your display a custom resolution. That's how you get 1728 by 1080p. Brightness, recently I dropped it down to 54%. Field of view 110. Best FOV for aiming, I mean, the lower the FOV is, I guess the better for aiming up until a certain point, right? I know that there's people like Shiv that play like super low. Don't play 70. I wouldn't play anything below like maybe like 90, 100 is gonna be too much or too little in my opinion. FOV, ability scaling, and sprint view shake. I want this on default or on disabled and minimal. You want the most consistent eyeballs as possible in Apex, right? You want it to be as consistent as possible when it comes to like what you're looking at, how stretched you are, how stretched out the screen is and all that different stuff. Like you want that as consistent as possible to be consistent when shooting. We're not spamming schizo freaky, all right, bro? Any tips on how to low end settings? Yeah, if you have a low end laptop, that's totally fine. Do the exact same thing as I'm doing, which is keep everything on either disabled or super low. It's for the most consistent frames, for the most consistent everything. Yeah, but play around with your frame rate, play around with your nipples. Audio, this is all custom right now just so I can record a video better for you guys. Audio settings don't really matter. I could probably play without a headset and you know, I would still hear just as good as anybody else because that's how bad audio in this game is. So how do I get that roller that you touched? Follow the Twitch and join the Discord, and I'll let you know when we do the giveaway for that controller. I'm from India. Is there any way to possibly win the game? Yeah, I don't care where you're from, chat. Like when it comes to like giveaways and stuff, I always pay for the shipping. Okay, so even if you're in like a foreign country, like you can still apply. I always pay for shipping myself. That's a part of the giveaway. I'm not gonna make you guys pay for shipping, bro.